welcome to the Great Beth Baking Show. It's good to be back. I have, it's been like a week and a half. So forgive me, I took a bit of a vacation, but I'm really excited to be back today. We are finally on the very beginning of episode 4 of the Netflix season 1 of the Great British Baking Show. And today we are making self-saucing puds. So puds, or puddings, are a cake. They're not pudding like what we think of in America, like Jell-O pudding, but they're cakes, and a self-saucing pudding is a cake that has a sauce. When you bake it, the sauce kind of comes to the bottom of the cake when the cake rises. So on the show, they were challenged to make individual, I think it was 12 or so individual self-saucing puddings. But when I did my research and I was looking all over for recipes, I found a ton of recipes that would let you make these things in one pan. So, since I'm not on the show and I don't have anyone judging me, I can do what I want. I'm making one big self-saucing pudding, and there's no better way to do it than chocolate, people. We're making chocolate self-saucing pudding. So, without further ado, back to the Great Beth Baking Show. Let's get started. It's a cup of self-rising flour, a third of a cup of granulated sugar. I feel like such a professional, everything's weighed out. And that's 3 tablespoons of Hershey's cocoa powder. Yummy, yummy. This looks like it's gonna be an easy recipe. Yeah, mark my words. Let's see if I get any sauce at the bottom of my pudding, AKA cake. So, mix that together, easy squeezy. Set aside. Side. Yeah, no, not really. Not really. Okay, you have a half a cup of milk, 1 egg, it's a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm measuring. We're gonna call that a teaspoon. I like vanilla. Hey, Fat Morty. And that's about 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Nothing's better than butter. Ooh, hot. Hot butter. Hot butter. And then I'm supposed to mix this together. Just like so. I've been enjoying baking so much more. I have to tell you, we've had kids cooking camp this week. I am having a blast. I hope the kids are having a blast too. They look like they are. Yesterday, I had them make bread. Yes, as much as I don't think I liked bread week or bread 3 weeks for me, I actually had them make bread, and I like it. We made meatball subs, and so we made our very own hoagie rolls for our meatball subs. They turned out really good. I might be slightly addicted to making bread. Okay, just trying to make sure my yolk. Did y'all see that? Wouldn't be cooking if you didn't make little man. Okay, I hope you guys missed me. I missed you. Here is our sauce, and the instructions. You can't see it, but there's sauce all over the table. Okay, or liquid. So here are our dry ingredients. It says pour wet ingredients into dry ingredients, and it specifically says stir with a wooden spoon. So no fancy pants in use today, no mixer, nothing. I'm already loving this recipe. Easy squeezy. Easy squeezy. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this together. Make it all nice and combined and chocolatey. Nothing like a good chocolate cake. Oh, nothing. And it's been raining here the last couple of days, so I'm pretending that it's October already. Got a long sleeve shirt on. I had some coffee in the afternoon. I'm trying to block out the fact that it really is still June. October would be good. November, something like that. All right, I'm gonna pay attention and stir more vigorously because I got some lumps in here. That looks good. Then I have this pre-greased, and it's not a cake pan. It's like a souffle pan or just a baking pan. Casserole dish. There you go, casserole dish. Because the instructions said put it in a pudding dish. Well, I don't think I have a pudding dish. Well, perhaps I do. Maybe this is a pudding dish. But I don't know. So it's the closest thing I could find to the photo in the recipe. Super, super buttered. Well greased, as they say. And then you pour the batter into my pudding dish. It's a pudding dish, darling. Okay. Like so. I'm going to get every little bit out. Ew, mess. Okay. There it is. Next. And the recipe said don't forget this. And I forgot it. Yay me. Salt. It called for sea salt. I don't have sea salt. It's Wednesday morning. I'm not going to find sea salt. I'm going to use kosher salt. It said a teaspoon of salt, sea salt. A little bit more than that. And the recipe specifically said be generous with your salt because it helps bring out the flavor of the chocolate. This is for my friend Jessica. You know who you are. You love Buc-ee's, and one of your favorite things to get there is their salty or their chocolate salty cake balls. This one's for you. I could say something else, but I'm not going to. Okay. I need to clean off my spoon because I am clearly not prepared. I need to mix my brown sugar. This is a cup of brown sugar, ooh la la, and another 3 tablespoons of Hershey's cocoa powder. So you combine those in a small bowl, like so. We are looking nice and combined, chocolatey and sugary. And then, I'm gonna put my spoon down, because it says that this bad boy, this hot mess, goes on top of your cake mixture. That's a lot of sugar. So, I'm gonna sprinkle it on like I'm building a sandcastle, I guess. Okay, so that's cocoa powder and brown sugar on top of our cake mix. I am back with my 1 cup of boiling hot water. Can you see all that steam? Woo. And my very well cleaned off wooden spoon. The wooden spoon, it seems, becomes a very important part of this whole recipe. So I'm still loving it because so far it's been easy. I hope this one works. Okay, instructions. 1 cup of boiling hot water, pour over your pudding, which is at this point in time your cake mix with the brown sugar and cocoa sprinkled on top, and you pour the water onto a wooden spoon and then pour that into your bowl or your dish, your pudding dish. I don't quite know what the purpose of this is, other than maybe you're not pouring on it directly, and I don't know. But it's supposed to create magic. According to the recipe, when the cake bakes, the cake will rise and all of the sauce will fall to the bottom. And the recipe even says it's quite a wondrous experience for children. So, if you've been watching my videos, you probably know by now that I am nothing but a glorified child. And if you know me, you also know that I am really nothing but a glorified child. So, here we go. It's ready to go. My oven is preheated to 350 degrees. This bad boy's going in there for 30 minutes. And I'll see you when it's done. I'll bake it. Bye. Okay, 30 minutes, technically 35, because when I checked it at 30 minutes, it felt very, very wobbly. But let me show you what our self-saucing food looks like. So here it is. Oh, cake definitely rose to the top. It feels very saucy on the bottom. And if you wiggle it, see that? See that? Ooh, it has a wobble. So I hope that's a good sign. So they say you're supposed to serve it while it's still warm. So since it's saucy, I'm gonna use a bowl. And let's see what happens. Y'all ready? Okay. Here we go. Here we go. My chocolate cake and cream. Ooh, I would say that's saucy at the bottom. Oh, can't see that. See all the sauce on my spoon? Ooh, it's hot and saucy. Hot. Oops. And saucy. That actually looks really good. Ooh, it worked! I made a self-saucing pudding. I guess it's time to try it. I could use this. Let's try it right now. Oh, Edison wants to try it. You want to try it? Hot. Be careful. He's shaking his head. The chef is shaking his head, so I think that's a good sign. So let's see. Here we go. Looks really hot. Well, that's pretty good. It's not terribly sweet. I guess I'm finding that a lot of the British desserts aren't terribly sweet. But that sauce is nice. Okay. The chef says it's sweet. Maybe I have a different sweet tooth. My sauce is nice and chocolatey, and the cake is super soft. And together, it's like heaven. Yeah. I'm making this one again. Considering it took maybe 10 minutes to all put together. That includes getting all the ingredients out of the pantry and putting it all together and blah, blah, blah. This was really good. So I'm gonna score self-saucing puds 10 out of 10. So, yay! Next week, we will continue our adventure with the technical bake, which honestly, I don't remember what that was, from episode 4 of season 1 of the Great British Baking Show on Netflix. So thank you for watching the Great Beth Baking Show. Super awesome week. I'll see y'all next week. Bye. We'll do the chocolate dance off.